without further ado, officially, good morning. Already halfway through this first full week of the new year. Welcome out, everyone, to the Options Income Launchpad Wednesday Market Midpoint. New time is not easy if you're actively trading. Okay. But if I talk fast, it'll be okay. Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Well, my name is Scott. I'll be your host. As always, what we do is for education and illustrative purposes only. Nothing we do or say should be considered a recommendation to buy or sell any securities or financial products. We're not brokers or advisors. Therefore, we do not give personalized investment advice. Any decisions made should be done so, of course, at your own risk. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. What are we going to do today? Let's talk about the market open. Let's talk about what's going on with our posture. Let's talk about mindset for open trades. We'll review our full list to see if there's any potential setups. Remind you that what you should be doing right now is a scoring evaluation in order to allow for prioritization with your trading plan. What does that mean? It means that every section you have should be evaluated and measured on a 1 to 10. And it's not like, hey, what's the quality score? It's the confidence score, because you might not feel equipped to score the quality or not. But if you are expressing confidence in what your plan talks about, that's what we're looking. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me make sure these are all updated here. And another interesting day. On the start, you can see we have a marginal upbeat open for three of the markets. The S&P is up 0.04, the Dow 0.10, the NASDAQ 0.09, and then the Russell's 1.37. So I don't know where that small cap pop came from. Is that right? Let's actually check that. No, that's actually wrong. Okay, so it's not as interesting as I thought. That changed. So there you go. It is not up 1.37. I was like, I don't see the picture with that too. That one's just kind of sitting there. So I think that's yesterday's. Yeah. We're about the same, 0.08. 0.08. So, okay. What's going on? Stocks waver as jobs data, oil take focus. Let's take a look at the jobs and what we think about them. Maybe. Okay. So, ADP last time was um 48. No, last time was 29,000 negative. We were expecting 48, we got 41. So, um job market shows signs of stabilizing. Did it stabilize, producing less than what was expected? I actually don't feel like it did yet. I still have some concerns looking at that number. Under anything under 50, anything under 50 is really anything under 100 when it comes to ADP or non-farm payrolls. Has it stabilized a little? Sure. Has it righted the ship? I'm gonna say no. We're still waiting to see if job openings come in. Hoping that they stay somewhere in that range. Uh, okay. We've got jobless claims, probably the strongest piece. And then on Friday, we're expecting 73,000. If we want to claim that things have stabilized, if we want to claim that they've stabilized, then we need to see these get back above 100,000. And that's what we have for this data. Let's take a quick peek at the Fed Watch. Nothing's changed there. We're in that same spot. In that same spot. Okay. Any questions, comments, or thoughts on news or economic data? Anything you feel like the market is reacting to that we haven't discussed? Let me know. Okay. Let's go take a look at some charts. Let's get to the SPY first. What are we seeing? Again, it's doing all right. Up 0.12 to start the day. Let's take a look at the opening range. Where are we at here? We're 14 minutes in. Let's see the opening range. There we go. Opened, sold a little. Buyers came. 3 candles in. We're seeing a little more from the buyers than the sellers, but we just don't have enough yet. To know. We're going to watch and see what happens relative to the opening range, and then we'll make adjustments from there. Okay, let's keep going. VIX is up a bit. That's where I was going next. Still a good start. Agreed. Yeah, I definitely agree. Okay. Yeah, the VIX is looking okay. Why can't I change the time frame? There we go. We're still in this range. Um, let's talk a little bit about this. We have this mini consolidation here. What would we like to see? I would like to see this thing close below whatever day's prior low. We talked about this pinching, but not a full cross because it never actually confirmed over here. It never confirmed by getting lower than the previous day's low. Right? So yeah, that was that put us in that put us in a situation where we just didn't get confirmation from it. So okay. So we know what we're looking for. We haven't seen it yet out of the VIX, but that would be additional confirmation for us to have, increased bullishness, and we haven't gotten it yet. Okay, let's get to our list. Let's see what's going on. Apple. So I've lost confidence in Apple. I'm not looking for Apple until it goes through what we would consider our standard reversal process at this point. What does that mean? That means that we need it to break up. From here, it would have to get back up at least to this area and then come back and make a higher low, which would probably coincide somewhere with the somewhere with the 50-day moving average, which it has absolutely taken out. So if you're wondering why are you not really interested in Apple, that's the reason why. AMKR back up at the same place it was. It started down, so here's where you start thinking, hey, the stochastics is pinching. If you've carried beyond the initial target. And as such, I think, you want to be thinking and cognizant of where are you going to exit, where are you going to put a stop. It's windfall at this point, right? It's windfall at this point. So wherever you find that profit or find that exit, it's going to be significantly higher than where the original trade went. So, trade went great. Any questions on AMKR? Anybody still holding some of that? Got out yesterday, stopped out on open. Okay. Yeah, still have some. Holding too much, got in later than I should. Yeah, love it. Okay. 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 Sorry, just had to look at one thing on a trade. Amazon. Amazon's done something here. You can see the lows are getting higher. It's accelerating up. Yeah, I mean this looks like it's trying to get back into the swing of things, which as a 800-pound gorilla in the consumer discretionary space, that's very favorable for us. We like to see that. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm missing a comment here. Shorted into SNDK last night. Oh, okay. Very bold, Peter. Love it. Love it. Looking for that to be up at a high, and looks like it's working a little bit this morning, down about 5%. Very cool. Okay, let's keep looking. Tell me as you see what you have, what you're on, what you're thinking about. AVGO, I don't see much there. AXP, it's in a stall. The financials were looking like they were going to really start to push, and then boom, 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 we hit this momentum. Peter said he shorted SNDK. Shorted SNDK. Okay. Okay. Um, why would he have shorted it? That's, I mean, he can put in, but I would imagine just looking for a reversion after like a overextended move. They made a huge move yesterday, so possibly just looking for that to pull back some. A mean reversion trade is what my assumption would be. We're seeing something very similar with B. Oops, no, I don't want to buy it. Hold on. BAC overbought exactly. We're financials. Financials are giving it back a little bit here. Okay. You can see the same from Citigroup. So we got a nice little catch. If anyone who traded financials got a nice little pickup from it, but now we're seeing a little bit of a stall here. Little bit of a stall. So if you're in the financials, be thinking about what are you going to do with it. All right. Caterpillar retracing. So both in financials and in industrials, we're seeing the same kind of a move. I feel like the market should actually have gone into a. The SPY is still up. Huh. Yeah, we're seeing the reversion on a lot of things here. CIEN is pausing. Coherent, still just kind of trying to figure it out. Um, let's see. Credo. Credo's really lost its momentum. Gabe, great to see you. Good luck the rest of the day. We'll see you soon. Cisco down still. Delta. I mean, if you got in at a reasonable time, I'd still be thinking about it, but. Okay. Let's take a look at the Dow at this point. Dow's gone negative 0.18. Blue chips, large caps. Those are the ones that are struggling the most as of right now. Okay. Fox, a bit of a struggle. First Solar getting hammered today. That one's well down. GE in the industrials, that one's struggling a little bit still as well. Okay. Peter said 30% isn't going to last in one day. Just got out. Well, and we're glad you enjoy it, and thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Heads up, Peter, you did put that directly to me. You can chat to everyone and make sure that everyone sees what you are saying. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's look how gold is doing today. Barbara, thank you. Good to see you. Have a great rest of your day. Those who are dropping off. Gold is kind of just flat at this point. Okay, let's see. General Motors. So General Motors was one that I actually feel like could turn into a hiccup trade for us. Trend is strong. We had this pullback. It had kind of a big trigger, and we're like, well, we're gonna hold off on the big trigger, but let's see what comes. And if there's a couple of days like this, and then it stalls, and then it gives one of these, that's where the hiccup has resolved itself. Then the thought process is, yeah, we're going to be okay. The trade should work out fine. All right. Google, let's get rid of the drawings. Google's trying to accelerate again. Interesting. Okay. Goldman Sachs, there's the financials hitting that resistance. If you're in it, are we panicking and bailing out of our financial trades? No. But are we very sensitive to what we have going on here? I think we absolutely should be. Yes. Absolutely should be. My day traders, are you starting to look for things? Let's pause for a second. We'll remember we're on Helmet. Let me go back. Let's go back to the opening range and see how it's playing out. So the opening range was kind of here. If we take out that shadow, we'll call it like 692.75, 691.75. And you can see what's happening here. Right? You can see what's happening here. It's a little bit rolling over, and now it's testing the low of the opening range. The low of the range. And if it breaks it and closes, that's definitely going to put some stress towards the downside of everything. So, all right. Helmet. We can see industrials pausing. IBM has pulled back a little bit. Okay. Okay. Intel. All right. Intel is doing its thing. Intel is doing its thing. Who still has a piece of that? If you're in it, you should be picking up some good profit today. We, I believe, I should remember these targets better, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me find Intel 4040. Where are you, Intel? 43. So, yes, we have hit our first target. Great place. And people are like, oh, but it's at the high. Yeah. Means it did its first job. And if you then want to push to see if it can make a new high up in this area, fabulous. But there's great profit to be taken on there, at least for the first piece. Right? At least for the first piece. So, be thinking about how you're going to manage Intel. It's doing well. It's looking good. So, yeah. Okay. In it. Don has some. Steven has some. Sarah has some. Love it, you guys. Yeah. I might even... I thought I had an automated order, but I don't see it yet. Give me a second. I'm gonna book a little bit. Okay. Okay, so entry price was $1.01 approximately, and I just took the first piece off at $3.85. 380, was that the fill? Let me see. 385. So great start to another trade. Makes it much easier to carry the rest and move forward to hopefully a higher high. If you're in it, let me know what you're going to do. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. IWM is down 0.5% almost now. We're starting to see the selling accelerate. The Dow is now down 0.3. The small caps are down 0.45. And the S&P is barely hanging on. Barely hanging on. Okay. What else? JCI. Nah, at this point, it's really lost a huge amount. I'm not looking for anything out of this, but I mean, it might even get kicked off the watch list, which is crazy because we just had a profitable trade on it. But we adapt as we need to adapt. Lumentum. And this is kind of what Peter was thinking. If I have two, what's the difference of sell one and just set a stop at a lower price? So if you sell one now, you're kind of locking in the high price where we said, hey, anything above, X amount. When you set a stop, you have to decide how much of it am I willing to give back. I'll tell you this, especially with options. When you buy options, you have a certain delta, and as the stock goes up, your delta can increase, right? So when we started with a slightly out of the money option. Probably had a delta of 0.3, 0.4, right? But as it moves to become an in the money option, that delta becomes 0.6, 0.7. Well, that's the rate of gain, right? Your delta is your rate of change. So, if it goes up, the next dollar that it goes up, we get the most we've gained yet. But when a stock falls from a high point, you give it back at the fastest. So as it's going up, it's accelerating, and then the last dollar is the fastest dollar. But the first dollar drop, it doesn't start over and go slowly again. It drops at the fastest rate, and then it starts to slow down as it's dropping, right? So the delta increases as the stock goes up, and it decreases as it comes down. So one of the reasons why I do what I do with pairing out is because I want to take something at a high point where it's like I just earned this through the acceleration of these deltas. It's shocking sometimes and frustrating when we give back profits. Right? When we give back profits. Because of the rate at which they go back. So let me know if that makes sense. But that's essentially the thought process. Okay. Let's keep going through all this. All right. Eli Lilly is another bull today. It turned pretty quick and hard. Healthcare still doing all right. Healthcare still doing okay. All right. Lamb Research. These are some of those that have pulled back. Big moves up, pull back today. Macy's is pausing today, so that's one that we were starting to get some momentum on. A little bit of a pause there, unfortunately. Not much we can do with that, but just kind of watch and see. It's not enough for me to panic out of it yet, but certainly I'm paying attention. MasterCard, pausing. Meta. Ooh, Meta's really kind of starting to drop a bit, right? Lose some ground. Okay, Morgan Stanley, same thing. Financials are pulling back. Microsoft is doing all right. Micron is way overextended. Not much for us there. Way overextended. Okay. Netflix. Close out of Intel with a decent profit. I'm happy. Yes. Good. The whole trade? Just a part of the trade? Let me know. Nvidia. Kind of sitting. Kind of gotten sitting. The Palantir. Ooh. So Palantir was one that we actually talked about the possibility for trading into. And I think at this point we might even have a Heikin-Ashi that we could play off of, where I could put my stop not way anywhere down in this area. Right? Not down in that area, but what I'm thinking is actually in this area below the white, maybe below this red body. Opened at 178.42, so I could put my stop maybe 173. So that's about 7 points. Seven points of risk for, let's see. Well, I should be able to get 14 just to the old high, and then a little bit more to possibly get to these other highs out here. So I should be able to get 2-1 on a take profit, 3-1 on an ultimate target level. Yeah, this makes sense. Actually, this is one that I think you might think, hey, there's nothing moving, but actually, maybe this one does. And remember, we're only 45 minutes in. We could see a lot of things change as we go through today. Closed intel, Don said. So did Steven. Yeah. I think we all just closed at least a piece. At least a piece. The Qs are barely holding on to some positivity today. The real was one I thought about, but not yet. Not yet. All right. Let's keep going. Rocket Lab pulling back today. Roku on a drop. Ross Stores is pausing just like Macy's. RTX is holding up. Someone asked, can I talk about silver? What is my take on silver? And I'm sorry, Jennifer, I was waiting until I got to this point here. It's an interesting thing right now because there's a lot of exuberance built into this now. A lot of exuberance built in. So if we saw a pretty big consolidation, I would say that's not unexpected. So I don't know if we would consider that a crash because it's so overextended. It's like, well, if this thing ended up at 55, it's still 30% higher than it was back here at 45. It's just not holding on to some of these enormous gains. Yeah. I got to say for me, it's trade at your own risk in the precious metals right now. We're definitely seeing some people who have really made a defensive play of it. It's a and people are saying a flight to safety. I don't think it's a flight to safety when you're getting into something that's literally up 100% almost from from 3 months ago. So yeah, it's been interesting, and hopefully people have had a chance to catch a little piece of it. But I would say be careful when you have these high flying, high volatility markets. Yeah. If an opportunity presents itself, we'll look to take it. Otherwise, yeah, we'll probably just leave it as it is. Let me know if you have any follow-ups on that. Sorry, it took me a bit to get to that question. SanDisk. There's SNDK. It pulled back a little bit. Okay. SPY. Let's see where we're at relative to the range. Yeah, it's just kind of flat. Yeah, just kind of flat overall. Not really seeing one way or the other. STX is down quite a bit. Seagate gave a huge chunk back. What the market giveth, the market taketh away. Okay. Teradyne, same thing. Giving it back. Blessed be the name of the market. Okay. Tesla flat, still down. TSM giving back, maybe coming to a setup. UUP, the bullish dollars, just kind of hanging out. How's the VIX holding up today? So you can see the VIX is up, but it hasn't taken out the highs of any of these. Right? And that's something that I'll be looking for is does it take out those highs? So it's not rolling over, but it's really not much fear coming in either, right? There's not like there's a, oh, look how much fear we have coming in. WBD, nothing. WDC, a big give back as well. Again, what it giveth, it taketh away. Walmart, oh, Walmart, come on. We had a good day with you yesterday, and now you're doing this. Come on, give it back to us. Give it back to us. What a day. Lots of watch lists working. Need a bigger boat, right? I get it. I get it. Let's see what this looks like in the Heiken-Ashi. Okay. Still hanging on, but barely. We'll see what this does. We'll see what happens with this one next. Okay. Okay. Questions? 6 screens. There you go. Is this unusual to see so much volatility with the VIX so low? Yes. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it's a little bit of a dicey start, but things are holding up. Took the AMKR trade. It looks like everybody's closed. INTC is starting to get closed. And then Macy's and Walmart kind of hiccuped. They didn't get to a target, so we're going to keep an eye on those and see what happens with those next. Those are the alerts that are on. Questions about anything that we have on, that we've done, that we've looked at, let me know. All right, group. Well, good day. I mean, look, it's choppy. We'll see how it comes out of this. But let's plan on Glenn will be here tomorrow morning, and then Glenn and I will both be here tomorrow night to go through some Q&A, and yeah, we'll see how things look. So it's good to see everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Remember, you can give me feedback now, or you can wait until I put the poll out, but we will after a week or two of this new time frame just try to get a sense of what it looks like. So thanks everybody. As always, happy trading.